Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing. Hot Wheels USM case. International case has already been done with A&J Toys. This is the M case fresh from Mattel. I know folks have been seeing the M case in stores. I've seen some reports of people finding that. So that's cool, and obviously if we're getting it from Mattel, it means it's coming from the US distribution center. And so let's just go ahead and open it up. I'm half in the shade, half in the sun, but that's not going to mean anything. We're just going to open this case up, see what we have. Honda Civic is the Super Treasure Hunt in this case. We had, look at that thing. Got a little friend here. Yeah. Woo! That's the half sun, half shade kind of adventure, right? All right. I think our friend is done. I'm trying to open up this case in this kind of sun, but you know what? It makes for a little adventure. Let's get right to it, and we start. Boy, this is gonna be fun. So let's do this. Boy, I sure picked the time to do it, don't I? That's the Mod Mill, that's the Porsche 904 Carrera GTS in black, and that's the Blitz Speeder. I'm not waiting. I'm just going to keep on going. Datsun 240Z King Cuda and the Tesla Cyber Quad. I think we graded this case at like a, what was it? Maybe a B, a solid B. Because there was good stuff like the Mazda 787B. And the Jaguar MK1 Recolor, and a decent regular treasure hunt. The Shark Bite. Boy, trying to focus between sun and shade. I'm having a problem myself. We also pulled an error in this one. I'm just trying to remember all the stuff, and I'm not even like thinking about highlights on this one. If we've got, I should have been thinking, the pink recolor of the blue Datsun, and there's also a red edition of that. That's a highlight. Putting them over here, you get a little sense of where I put the highlights. 787B, definitely a highlight. Jag is a highlight. And the regular treasure hunt Shark Bite is also a highlight. This one would be a highlight if it were the last case, the L case, but these two, and I'm happy to see two of them. I think that was the same in the L case, or I'm sorry, in the international M case that we, L case, the M case, boy. You know, I get off to a bad start and I have a hard time recovering. You got a bug, you got the sun, you got everything else, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Dragon Wagon. Okay. Dragon Wagon, 2 Porsches. That was a highlight in the last case. Stock car. 1966 Bat Boat, definite highlight for the Batmobile fans. And I said I would give it an O look, but I haven't yet. Drift Ender, that's the recolor, and I think that was in the L case as well. Custom Kia EV6, Twin Dorado, that's kind of a cool model because that's a mix of the Diora and the classic Diora and the Twin Mill, and then the Drift Ender as well. One more Drift Ender, so 2 of those. Recolor of the Buick Riviera, Mustang Dark Horse, and then this fantastic Pontiac Firebird in white. I think that one looks really good, nice and clean from Muscle Mania. I believe that we would call that a highlight because I don't think it was in the L case. I mean, the first L case I did was in Malaysia back in May, so I can't remember everything. Blitz Speeder is cool. Do it over here so you can see it. Monster Dairy Delivery, and the Honda VFR 750R, the RC30, which is nice. Custom Kia again, Amaru GTC and the Aerodynamic. All right, there's a little run of highlights. Peugeot 9X8 Hypercar. Folks have been saying this one's really good, and I agree with it because the deco is there. I really like the Cadillac Hypercar, but we've only been getting those clean versions, so getting actual like racing style liveries, I know this isn't necessarily a racing livery, but it's like a Peugeot show car, is a highlight, so that's going in there. Dodge Viper, or the 2013 SRT Viper, is pretty cool. Fun fact with this, if you find the first edition of this car in plain red with no black stripe, that's a New York car show, I think, New York Auto Show or something exclusive. Just something to look for. Sometimes it's not marked, but there would be no stripe on the top. Chevy Blazer Custom. All right. Quick Chat, fantastic new model. Everyone's been adoring that one. The cat is coming up in, I think, the next case. Ford Mustang Dark Horse, that's very nice too. And then the 94 Bugatti EB110 SS. Subaru BRZ, there's the recolor of the Ford Model A. Craig's car, his real car's in red, but they did the recolor in that really nice olive green color. And then the long block. All right. I think the Honda was in the top of the international case, so it's clearly down here. It's right there. I'm not seeing if that, yeah, it might be right there too. So I don't think we see a Super in here, but I guess we'll find out. Lotus Cortina from the last case, Ford F-150 recolor, and the Big Air Bel Air in blue. There's some supercars. How about that? Supercar or hypercar, hypercar? Officially hypercar, right? Pagani Utopia, that is the first recolor. It's obviously not a recolor of last year's model. Koenigsegg Jesko in blue, and the Cadillac Project GTP hypercar in red. All of those are looking good. That's that, you know, I mentioned that hypercar. Would love to see a racing livery on it. Ford Escort, there's the Porsche again in black, and the Mad Fast. Crate Racer, Gotta Go, and another Honda. It's kind of an interesting little trio right there. One of my favorite models there, the Mercedes-Benz 500e, the 2013 SRT Viper once again, and another Chevy Blazer Custom. Subaru BRZ again, Twin Dorado again, Nissan Skyline. This is a recolor, and it's kind of like a metal flake blue. Very odd recolor because it's so close. Maybe HKS wanted them to be kind of in the relative same color scheme. Pixel Shaker, there's the Ferrari 365 repeat from the L case, and then the slide kick. I guess I'd put the Skyline in the highlight pile, right? Long block again, Quick Chat again, Key Swap, that's cool, recolor. Lay and Lowrider, Rapid Pulse, and the Tesla Cyber Quad again. There's the Honda Civic Custom, not with OH5 wheels, but actually with 5-spoke wheels. So there's the proper one. If remember, we had OH5 wheels on the back. That is an error. Bugatti EB110 SS again, and there's another Mercedes-Benz. So that's a nice little trio. The Honda goes into the highlight pile. Nice to see a second Ferrari, because the international case only had one Ferrari. This one has two. Aerodynamic and the Buick Riviera once again, recolor in black. And we finish off with the Ford Escort and the Honda Civic Custom and the Peugeot 9x8 Hypercar. This is the most proper version because the wheel on that one is kind of thin. So there it is. There is the true highlight. So highlights include the Honda Super Treasure Hunt if it were Inspector Flame Red. I didn't bring it out. I have it. We'll open it for the Lamley Awards. Skyline's a highlight. This trio is a highlight of Hypercars. Craig's recolor, Peugeot for sure, another hypercar. That's the theme, is hypercars, right? Pontiac Firebird. Oh, look, a bat boat. Shark, Jag, Mazda 787B, Datsun 240Z. This is a B to a B minus case. So would you agree with me? That's what I'm thinking. Nothing to merit a car show either. We did the Hondas on the car show in the first case. I don't think we need to do car shows on every unboxing, especially when we're doing a US versus international case. It's a decent case. It's nothing like the L case. I think the Ferrari recolors start coming here soon in some of the other cases. So you guys tell me what you think. Decent case. I got more unboxings, including a Matchbox coming up that'll be pretty decent. Thanks, everybody. Bye.